Hey. What's going on, family? I am Mr. Pleasant.
I'm Mrs. Pleasant.
And welcome to A Pleasant Love. Thank y'all so much for checking out a new video. One tip. We're going to do that like that and then switch it up.
I had coffee. He didn't. Better
I had coffee. I slept a lot.
He did.
He
had some rest today.
Yeah, I got some rest. I needed some. I needed it. I don't know why, but I needed it. No, I know why. I had a lot of work. It was long, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, a long week. Well, I hope you guys are doing well out there. I hope you all are staying safe. COVID is still real.
Yes.
So use your mask.
There you go.
Be safe. Distance. And check on your loved ones. Either phone call, text. If you want to stop by, make sure your mask is on, of course, and keep your distance. You know how we go. Then also, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Okay, see, it's in here.
It's a pink. The pinky. Show the pink.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, and in the bangles. But happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
I wish we didn't have to celebrate this. Not celebrate it, but I wish we didn't have to
make it
awareness.
Yeah.
It's true. If you haven't checked your boobs, girl, check your boobs. Make sure you ain't got no lumps, no bumps. I have a history of it in my family, and I do my check. I do my self-check every month. And if you are of the age, you need to go get a mammogram. Hallelujah.
Yes.
And check on yourself. So my aunt, she actually passed away not from breast cancer, but it metastasized and grew to other areas, part of her body. And she was one of my favorite aunts, and it was devastating to watch her go through that. Yeah. And I've had a couple of patients go through it, which was devastating as well. Yeah. So be safe out there.
Yes,
check yourselves, women. Men, check yourself too. Hey, nowadays,
just be
you got
safe.
Chest, you got chest. Hey, man.
You got chest.
So please go get tested and check out. Just do a self check and make sure you're okay. All right.
Please. Thank you.
So today we come with a lot of energy.
A lot of energy. A lot of energy.
Because this topic is near and dear to our heart.
I like this one. Make me groove.
Make you groove? Because we're always trying to find ways to improve ourselves
raise to the next level,
and improve people around us so that we can have better and effective relationships.
Yes.
And so what we're going to talk about today is ways that you can improve and have effective relationships, whether it's a friendship, a marriage, someone you don't know, someone that you have a different viewpoint of. This will probably help you.
Yes, I know.
It will, because it has helped us, especially with the climate that we're in today's time.
Yes.
So I hope you guys enjoy this.
Yes. And there's no particular order, and it may not apply to your relationship, but some of it will, come in handy when you get more mature or deeper in a relationship. Okay.
True.
So one thing you want to do when you start talking about effective relationship is transparency.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're aware that the other is doing, you need to feel safe and develop a sense of security and consistency about the relationship.
I think that's what really helped me and Will's relationship in the beginning, because I didn't have any ill intent, or I just saw him as a good guy.
Right.
He was being a good Christian man that I saw from a distance, and he was handsome. So I was like, well, I'll be his friend. And so when we started talking, though, I was very honest and open. I think more honest and open than I was with any other guy that I dated. About who I was and what I believed.
Right,
and it's like, if you want the package, this is what it is.
This is what it is.
If you want it, if you want to try it out, come through. But if you don't, we're moving on, right?
Right.
And
it's also your level of the trust too. You don't want to just be transparent to everybody.
That's true.
But is this someone that you really want to have a relationship, whether it's friendship, intimate? You want to make sure that you you are giving your all.
It also builds security and
Right.
trust. And then when you're consistent with that, you always can go back to knowing, you go back to the past of what has happened throughout your relationship with that
Right.
person. And you're like, well, they were here for that, or, they supported me with this, or when we had this disagreement, we were able to move past it because we both came to a compromise. So with that security that you have and that trust that you've built and that consistency that you have built, it allows you to have, it's easy for you to be transparent with that person.
Another aspect of an effective relationship, I should say, is communication. And we've been talking about this since the beginning of our channel. You gotta talk. You gotta talk. Talking to one another about everything supports the idea of transparency. No second guessing, no surprises, no sense of potential deception or sneakiness. And some people feel like they might be the same thing, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, being open to someone, being an open book, and then actually speaking and talking to them. And then communication also is a two-way street, not just talking, but also listening.
Yeah.
So if you have that open communication, like, hey, I hear you. Or the one thing I had to do, and Sierra also does as well, we'll say, all right, I heard you say this.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not what I said. So I'm glad now I can clarify or make, come at you a different way so that you can understand actually what I was saying.
That was a big difficulty in the beginning of our relationship. In the beginning of our marriage, we thought we had good communication, but in the beginning of our marriage, it was like, well, that's not what I meant. Well,
we go a whole week thinking we know what she said, but she didn't.
That's not what I was like. That's not what I meant. No, and it was so frustrating. But the more we communicated, the more we understood like how we're interpreting what each other is saying. And like with friendships too, like I always say this, did you say something? It's like, did you actually say how you feel about this issue with this person? And they're like, they should did you actually say it?
Yes.
If you didn't actually say I like cheese on my eggs, and you like a particular cheese on your eggs, they can't assume when they went to the grocery store that they got the right cheese because you didn't tell them that you like that certain type of cheese on your eggs. That's just a very basic, simple.
Do we need to pause the camera?
No, I'm just saying. It's just that simple though. Like people make it so grandiose, but it's just that simple. Right. I like cheddar cheese on my eggs, not mozzarella, not Parmesan. I like cheddar cheese, medium sharp cheese on my eggs. Right. That's actually you saying what you want and saying what you actually mean. Right. So that's very basic, very, very basic. But I hope you understand.
And when you get to that level, that means you're actually at a good level for those small little things. But those small little things can get bigger. Yeah. That's why it's very conscious to be open and communicating.
And with friendships and even romantic relationships, we get a lot of people that come. Well, a lot of my friends or a lot of some of your friends or coworkers say, "Well, they should know. I've said it several." I'm like, "But did you really?" Or did you? The next point is put things on the table.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like did you? Did you throw it out? Did you say this is what I need? This is what I want?
Yes.
Like did you put it down?
So let's look at Ephesians 4:25. Yeah. Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another.
The effective communication in the relationship allows you to put things on the table. Right. When you don't feel that you are being heard or that the person's not really listening to you, then you pull away and then you don't put things on the table, which will help edify and beautify your relationship, no matter what. No matter if it's a romantic or a friendship. If you put it out there, say, hey, I don't really like when you do this because it makes me feel this way. Right. That's putting it out there. And hopefully you have a good relationship with that person and they really hear your heart. Yeah. And if they don't, then they just don't. Right. And you have to do what you got to do.
Basically, I like to also think of putting things on the table is getting past the Instagram, Facebook image. Yeah. When I say put things on the table, they see what's behind that camera. Right. Hey, I'm not feeling well today. Even though I put that smile, I maybe put a little story in my selfie. I'm smiling like this. Yeah. The people that you trust in a relationship, you're showing them, hey, that's not always the case. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I need some help. And that could, and they don't realize that. then they won't know that you need help, and like I said, for them to realize that, hey, this is someone that's dependent on me and they need me to assist them, beyond the superficial, shows that, hey, we're in a good relationship and that we can move forward.
And I think with William, putting things on the table was really, really hard for you because you don't trust somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't allow people.
It comes with the culture too.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that black man that and I realize, like, hey, you're leading down a path of destructions if you don't open up. Right. Hold stuff and all that inside. Yeah. It's gonna come out some way, and it's not always gonna be pretty.
It's not. It's not. And one thing that we like to do, because we're married.
She was doing good, and I kind of wanted to do.
Next.
It's
date night.
Date night. That's what we're talking about.
In a friendship and also in a romantic relationship, date night is just spending time with that person by yourself. And I didn't realize. I did realize in a relationship that a romantic relationship, that's really important, but in a friendship that's really important too.
You can go weeks and months, and you're like, I have not hung out with this person. Yeah, I need to update myself.
Yeah, and you might talk on the phone, here and there. You might talk on the phone every day, possibly, or text. But to actually sit down in the same environment with that person is different. It's just a different. It's intimate. It's like your time with that person, and intimacy doesn't mean sex because it's a friend. It can be a friendship, and you just need that one-on-one time, and it makes you appreciate your friend, or the relationship that you guys have a whole lot better.
Right. And let's look at Ephesians 9:9, and it says, "Enjoy life with your wife, whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you on their Son, all your meaningless days. For this is your lot in life and your toilsome labor under the sun." So I really like the scripture. The more we're doing this channel, the more I'm finding things in the Bible I didn't even know was in there. It literally says, like, you have these hard, long days, and those days are going to become meaningless if you don't take time to enjoy life with your wife. And I mean, and we change the gender, we change, what they're talking about. If you just live in your life, work, and don't take some time and say, hey, I need to sit down and talk with another human being, it's just pointless. Mm-hmm. And that's your reward for those long days, those long weeks, those Friday nights, those Saturday nights. And like I said, it's not just the intimate, also your friendship. If you're single and you're having this long work week and you just skip a weekend and go right back to work, and you never had a quote unquote date night with someone, even if it's just a friend, just hanging out with a friend. We even say it now in our culture, in every culture, all work and no play makes someone's dull, and we see that all the time. So you got to play a little bit, It does. And that's cool. Like I said, I didn't even realize that was in the Bible.